Socrates, master of questioning, teaches us that the first step to believing in oneself is to understand one's own limits. The Socratic method is based on the idea that truth emerges by questioning what we think we know. Apply this to your life. What beliefs hold you back? Do you think you are not competent, intelligent, or courageous enough? Write these thoughts down in a notebook and ask yourself, why is this true? What evidence do I have? Often, you will discover that these limits are illusions, constructed by past failures or external judgments. For example, imagine a young woman, Claire, who hesitates to apply for a management position, convinced that she lacks experience. By questioning herself, she realizes that her years of teamwork and her small daily successes prove her competence. Socrates would say, know thyself. Take an hour this week to list your fears and challenge them with questions. What if I am already enough? This introspection frees you from invisible chains. Believing in oneself means doubting your doubts. Then, take action. Make a small step, like Claire sending her resume. Each honest question is a brick towards confidence, and each answer brings you closer to your ambitions. Socrates did not promise ease, but clarity, and clarity is the first step towards cool achievements. Start today. Ask a bold question about yourself, and let the answer surprise you. Socrates believed that truth arises from deep reflection. Apply this to your goals by visualizing your success with surgical precision. Believing in yourself means seeing the future you want to create. Every morning, take 10 minutes to imagine yourself succeeding, a project completed, a promotion earned, a race won. For example, Mark, a computer science student, envisioned himself presenting his application before a jury. He imagined his speech, the applause, even possible obstacles like a trick question, and how to respond calmly. This visualization, inspired by Socratic clarity of mind, helped him overcome his nerves. Close your eyes and project a vivid image. Where are you? Who is there? What do you feel? Write down these details in a journal. This practice anchors your confidence as your brain begins to believe that this future is possible. Socrates would tell you, examine your goal as you examine an idea. Add a ritual. Every evening, write a sentence about what you have accomplished towards that goal, no matter how small. Mark, for instance, coded one more line each day. These small victories, visualized and noted, build faith in yourself. Don't just dream. Visualize with intention, as Socrates dissected an idea, and take a concrete step. Your success is not a coincidence. It is an image you make real. Socrates viewed failure not as an end, but as an opportunity to learn, a step towards truth. To believe in yourself, consider failure as a teacher guiding you towards cool successes. Every setback hides a valuable lesson if you dare to examine it. Take Sophie, an entrepreneur whose first startup failed due to a poor marketing plan and a misaligned team. Instead of collapsing, she applied the Socratic method, asking herself, what have I learned? How can I do better? This introspection led her to launch a second, more robust business that thrived. Adopt this approach. After a failure, jot down 3 lessons in a notebook. For instance, if you flub a presentation, perhaps you spoke too quickly or poorly prepared your arguments. Ask yourself the Socratic question, what truth does this failure reveal about me? Then, take action, adjust your method, and try again. Sophie, for example, learned to delegate better, which saved her project. Create a failure journal where each setback becomes a lesson, transforming fear into curiosity. Socrates would say, ignorance is not learning from your falls. Don't flee from failure. Interrogate it. If you fail an exam, analyze your mistakes and plan a new study strategy. This mindset frees you from shame and encourages you to see each failure as a springboard. After her first failure, Sophie consulted a mentor, which refined her vision. Ask yourself this question every evening. What did I learn today? Even a small setback, like a poorly managed meeting, can teach you patience or preparation. Socrates knew that discussions with stimulating minds shape thought and strengthen the soul. To believe in yourself, surround yourself with people who inspire you, push you to grow, and celebrate your ambitions. Avoid toxic critics who drain your energy. Take the example of Julian, a young musician doubting his talent. He reached out to a mentor and artist friends who encouraged him to persevere, their constructive feedback giving him the strength to compose an album. Socrates would say, choose companions who question to help you move forward. Audit your social circle. Who motivates you? Who holds you back? Note 3 people who uplift you and spend more time with them. Contact an inspiring person this week, a colleague, a teacher, and propose an exchange, a coffee, a discussion. Julian joined a music collective where he found collaborators, which boosted his confidence. Distance yourself, without resentment, from negative voices that doubt your dreams. Ask the Socratic question, do these relationships make me stronger? If the answer is no, take your distance. Participate in groups aligned with your goals, professional clubs, creative workshops, or online communities. Julian shared his songs in a forum, receiving encouragement that propelled him forward. Note every positive interaction in a notebook to remind yourself that you deserve a circle that believes in you. Socrates would urge you to examine, do my loved ones reflect the best of me? This choice is crucial. An inspiring circle amplifies your self-belief. Socrates taught that truth reveals itself in action, not hesitation. To believe in yourself, move even when doubt paralyzes you. Action, even imperfect, builds confidence and leads to cool things. Consider Emma, a graphic designer hesitant to publish her portfolio online, fearing criticism. Inspired by the Socratic idea that examination leads to clarity, she set herself a challenge to share an illustration each week. Each post, though terrifying, strengthened her faith in her talent, attracting clients. Socrates would say, act, and your ability will unfold. Start with a small step. Want to write a book? Write a page. Run a marathon? Walk 1 kilometer. Create a rule. Take a daily action towards your goal, no matter how small. Track your progress in a notebook to see your advancement. Emma, for instance, saw her followers grow, validating her work. Ask the Socratic question, what happens if I don't try? The answer is clear, nothing. Doubt is normal, but inaction feeds it. If you miss a goal, ask, what did I learn? And adjust. Emma refined her designs after negative feedback, becoming stronger. Surround yourself with tools to stay motivated, tracking apps, reminders. Socrates valued self-mastery as a path to wisdom. Believing in yourself requires inner discipline, keeping your commitments to yourself, even when motivation wanes. Think of Lucas, a law student who procrastinated on his studies. By adopting a strict routine, 2 hours of study every morning, he succeeded in his exams and gained confidence in his perseverance. Discipline means saying no to distractions to say yes to your dreams. Socrates would ask, Are you faithful to your own promises? Create a simple routine. Dedicate 30 minutes a day to your goal, whether it's writing, learning, or training. Use a timer to stay focused. Lucas cut out social media during his sessions, gaining clarity. Write down each day you uphold this discipline in a notebook. These victories boost your self-esteem. If you slip up, don't judge yourself. Ask the Socratic question, how can I improve tomorrow? Lucas, after a day without studying, adjusted his schedule. Discipline is not rigid. It is liberating. It proves that you control your path. Surround yourself with tools, planners, apps like Todoist, or a friend to hold you accountable. Lucas shared his progress with a classmate, which motivated him. Socrates would encourage you to ask, do my daily choices serve my purpose? If the answer is no, adjust. Socrates taught that truth lies in the details, even the most modest ones. To believe in yourself, celebrate every small victory, for they are the foundations of great successes. Imagine Clara, an amateur runner aiming for a half marathon. With each kilometer added to her training, she noted it down and rewarded herself. A coffee, a book, a relaxing evening. These celebrations bolstered her confidence. Socrates would say, examine what you have accomplished, even if it's small. After each step towards your goal, take a moment to appreciate it. Finished a chapter? Treat yourself to a delightful break. Completed a project? Note it with pride. Create a wall of victories, a visual list of your progress, hung in your home. Clara would stick on stickers for each run, turning effort into joy. Ask the Socratic question, what did I do today that makes me proud? Even sending an email is a victory. Share these moments with a loved one to amplify the effect. Clara would tell her sister about her runs, which motivated her. Ignore perfection. Socrates valued progress, not the ideal. Act today. Celebrate a small victory and feel your confidence grow. Socrates stated, I know that I know nothing. This humility is the key to believing in yourself. Constant learning makes you stronger and brings you closer to your goals. Consider Antoine, an office worker dreaming of becoming a web developer. He started with free courses on YouTube, learning one skill per month. Each completed tutorial boosted his confidence. Socrates would say, seek knowledge, it will set you free. Identify a skill related to your goal, a language, software, or technique. Dedicate 20 minutes a day to learning it through books, courses, or videos. Antoine mastered HTML in a month, then CSS, noting his progress. Today, I coded a page. Ask the Socratic question, what can I learn to move forward? If you fail, see it as a lesson. Antoine missed his first project, but learned tips to code better from it. Join learning communities, forums, LinkedIn groups, or Reddit. Antoine found online mentors, accelerating his learning. Write down each new skill in a notebook to track your evolution. Socrates would urge you to ask, am I wiser than yesterday? Socrates emphasized the coherence between thought and action, as living according to one's values strengthens self-confidence. To believe in yourself, align your choices with what truly matters to you. Take Marie, a lawyer feeling empty in a profit-driven firm. Reflecting on her values, justice, helping others, she joined an NGO, rediscovering meaning in her work. Socrates would say, live according to what you deem true. Here's an exercise. List your 3 main values: honesty, freedom, family, for example. Ask yourself, Do my actions reflect these values? If you want to create an ethical business but work in a toxic environment, change course. Marie reduced her hours to engage in humanitarian work, boosting her confidence. Take concrete action. If creativity is your value, dedicate an hour a week to a personal project. Note each aligned action. I helped a colleague today. These choices make you authentic, and authenticity nurtures self-esteem. Pose the Socratic question, am I living for myself or for the expectations of others? Ignore social pressures if they contradict your heart. Marie ignored judgments to follow her path. Surround yourself with people who share your values, community groups, associations. Socrates viewed life as a continuous quest for truth. Believing in yourself and achieving cool things requires perseverance with a long-term vision. Think of Thomas, a writer who faced 20 rejections before publishing his novel. He clung to his vision, sharing inspiring stories. Each rejection was a Socratic question, how can I improve? He rewrote, refined, and signed with a publishing house. Define a clear goal. What do you want to be in 5 years? Write it down, then break it into annual, monthly, and daily steps. Thomas wrote 500 words a day, even after rejections. Socrates would say, the truth of your potential reveals itself in persistence. Create a ritual each week, assess your progress, and adjust your plan. If you slip, ask, what blocked me? How can I move forward? Thomas overcame discouragement by reading successful authors. Surround yourself with inspiring stories, podcasts, biographies like that of J.K. Rowling. Note your progress in a journal to see your path. After a year, Thomas saw his manuscript accepted,